great angle for you guys. Welcome everyone. Today's video, I'm finally getting a chance to plant out my summer bedding plants tropical style. So as always, I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and we're going to get some maintenance done just before I get stuck into the planting. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I think I had a comment from Tropical Gloss to say that Gunnerer is going to swamp my newly planted Trachycarpus fortunei. He wasn't wrong, but here's the thing in gardening, right? Things evolve and you can always change things. Now, what I mean by that is I knew it was going to be a big plant. I knew it was going to overshadow pretty much everything in the border because it's a Gunnerer, right? But not only that, you can do what you want with it. You can prune things. If you've got certain plants that is going too far one way, you can simply take that limb off, right, if it's the right time of year. So all I'm going to do with this beautiful Gunnerer is I'm just going to take off this one particular leaf just here. It's done a little bit of a turn and it doesn't look too happy, so I'm just going to take that off. But don't be afraid in your garden if something is overshadowing something, or maybe you have planted something a little bit closer than either you perhaps should or it's looking. Don't be afraid just to take that little bit off and create that space again. For me, this is all about how it looks, and I'm just going to take this one stem off just here. Also, a little bit of weeding because they've got on top of me over the last couple of weeks with the lovely weather, then the rain. So going to go ahead and do that. Then we're going to talk about what summer bedding plants or perennial plants for my tropical style garden I'm actually going to plant out today. So I'm going to start off with these lovely Ricinus plants that I'm actually really proud of these last couple of weeks. They have grown no end with that lovely weather and a new pot with quite a lot of feed, if I'm being completely honest. But today is the day to finally get them out. Now, what I am going to go ahead and do is put a couple of stakes in just with a bamboo cane, just to give them some support. I'm actually going to sit one right next to this Scheffler Alpina, which is also known as Mountain Gem, sometimes labelled up as that in the garden centres. I'm really excited to see that. So Ricinus, they are a really sort of steady plant, very, very sturdy, but I am just going to give them some support. I have a really windy spot here in Staffordshire, and I just want to make sure that they have the correct support for when they go in. So I've got two different varieties. I've got the very large variety. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name. I'll put it in here. I don't want to butcher it. And then we have the Ricinus communis, the red common one as well. Just in this gap here is going to be the green one. This traditionally does get a little bit bigger according to everything I've read online, but I've never actually planted this variety. This is my Scheffler. I'm really excited about it. I absolutely love these tiny leaves. But back to the Ricinus, it's right at the back of the bed. I'm just going to simply tie it up next to the cane just while it's small, and hopefully the slugs will actually stay off it. So the idea being it will sort of match my banana plant next to it in height. So I'm really very excited about that. Yes, I couldn't find my hammer, so I thought I'd show you guys that before you guys say, Gaz, why didn't you use a hammer? Yeah, because I couldn't find it. Just the back of the axe, just to do its job. And this is the red variety, and you can never miss the opportunity for a half decent thumbnail. Now, I'm not telling anyone how to suck eggs, but every time I plant something new in the garden, I always dig a hole twice as big as I need. Backfill it with a little bit of chicken manure or flesh, blood and bone, whatever you've got. I use chicken manure very heavily, as I'm not bothered about these flowering. I just want lots of foliage and lots of growth. So nice big hole, dump some chicken manure in there, and not only are we adding some decent stuff, so you can hear Gertie snoring in the background. Not only do we backfill with some decent stuff, but it gives the plant a good opportunity to get the new roots into the ground with no real issues, if that makes sense. If it's really hard and compact, sometimes roots can struggle to break through that, meaning your plant's always a little bit smaller. And I want these to be huge. So I will just give you a quick look at what they look like at the back, warts and all, or should I say weeds and all. But I'm not worried about the weeds in the back of the beds. I actually did go ahead and a bit later in the video, I pulled them up and I just laid them down for the slugs. So hopefully the slugs will eat the dead or dying weeds, and leave some of the summer bedding plants alone. So I'm actually going to plant Verbena boreaensis just in this spot here. Again, this was grown from seed. This was last year, but I didn't get around to potting it up. And it's been in the greenhouse, so it started to really shoot away. And nothing fancy, exactly the same. So hopefully we'll get some lovely purple coloured flowers just at the back of that cordyline. So to the right, we've got the Ricinus. To the left also, we've got the red Ricinus. And obviously the massive Gunnera. So moving on, we're actually going to go ahead, dig the holes out for the canna lilies that I've stored over winter. Now these have been in a pretty much a frost-free environment. They haven't had all the elements on them, but it has got very cold in my summer house over the winter. We had a couple of -8s, which really did a fair bit of damage, particularly to my brugmansias, so I'm starting again with the brugs. So this is a beautiful canna lily, and I actually got gifted this beginning of last year from Malvin. Now this is a beautiful bright orange variety. I managed to overwinter it in the summer house. It wasn't frost free, but what I did is cut it back in its pot and left it, and the frost wasn't directly on it. However, it didn't have all the elements on it, and it's come back an absolute treat. I waited for these to get a little bit bigger because, as you can tell off these leaves, I have a little bit of a slug problem. I think like everybody does really. Particularly this stem here is absolutely shredded up. So I've left it so it's a little bit bigger just to get it planted, because I find if I plant anything really small in my garden, that it just gets nailed straight away. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of different canna lilies in. I'm going to show you my variegated one that I got gifted from Ian. So this is off Malvin, had one off Ian. I'm very grateful to everyone who's gifted me plants. I've had a lot recently and I really appreciate it. And let's get this in. So I'm excited to see what we can do with this over the summer. Now I did actually get this to about 7-8 feet last year, and it was incredible. It's only going in the middle of the bed. I don't want everything big to be at the back. I want to have like nooks and crannies in the bed and the border, if that makes sense. So just because this gets to 7-8 feet doesn't mean that I want it particularly at the back of the bed. If you do, that's great, but you'll see what I mean. I want to see different angles of the bed in different parts of the garden, so you can see different things. I think that's really quite an exciting way to plant up a bed or a border. So let's get this in. That's enough talking. What a great angle for you guys. I can only apologise for that angle. Now just look at this variety of canna lily. This is a variety called Wolf Song, and it's got beautiful variegated leaves. The camera does not do it justice. I'm going to have these sitting side by side, and I'm even going to plant in front of it as well. I'm going to go ahead, sit this next to it. Now really, I'm going to have them literally side by side. I'm going to plant them right next to each other with about 6 inches gap, something like that, as these will be pulled up over winter. I'll just simply dig them up, put them in the pot, and do exactly what I did this year. Look fantastic again. Thank you to everyone who's gifted me plants. I'm so lucky. I really appreciate it. So this is going to sit side by side, and then we'll get on with the next bit of planting. Isn't it a windy day? So I've got a couple of little spaces for a lovely plant. Again, I got gifted, right? I got gifted these from Russ. Russ normally takes care of my brugmansias for me, so whenever I have a mishap with one of mine, which is more often than you actually think for experience as I am with them, he actually sorts me out with some fresh stock, right? So again, thank you so much. These lovely little plants, the slugs at the moment for me are absolutely loving them. I've got them a little bit bigger again, so I'm hoping they have half a chance. These are going towards the front of the bed just to fill in a couple of gaps, and I've actually got one more plant that's going to finish this bed off for the summer, and I'm going to do a separate video on it just because it's that special. So let's crack on with these Coleus. I mean, just take a look at those. I actually planted just one of these out in the garden in the tree fern bed, and it's been annihilated. There's literally nothing left of it, but it was quite little when I planted it out, so I'm hoping established plant, I can actually recognise what's going wrong a little bit with them and try and manage the slugs a little bit, maybe with a couple of beer traps. But look how lovely these are. So I'm going to get these two in, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like over the summer. It's coming just here. There we have it. I feel really good about this job. Now, today's date is the 7th of June. It's perhaps a touch later than it would normally be, but I'm hoping things catch up a little bit. My Ricinus has certainly caught up over the last 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks ago they were about this big, which I showed on a video. Now, if you've got any questions, like always, please pop down below. I'll try my best to answer them. I need to get a little bit better at that, as life's been a little bit tricky just recently. But that's enough of that. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help the channel out, and drop a comment down below, as it helps share it out to others who love gardening just like we do. But until tomorrow, I will see you in the garden. You take care.